Hi, welcome to this quick video about Bronze. We've released the Bronze version of Workshop software, which is a simplified version of Workshop software, typically for small workshops, maybe for clients that don't do a lot of transactions possibly. If you just want to get started, maybe you're starting a new business, something along that. It's the light version of Workshop software. It's got a lot of cool things in it, but maybe it doesn't have some of the additional features, and I'm going to show you some of the differences between what the Bronze version looks like, and I'm going to show you a gold one as an example, so you get a bit of a look and feel for it. So what I've logged into here is actually the Bronze version. So you'll see this is the menu down the left-hand side. I've also got a gold version open, and you'll notice that the menu down the left-hand side is a little bit longer. It's got more stuff in it, right? So the difference there is that, you've got more functionality in the gold. There's more things. Now, the idea with the Bronze version is that it is a simplified version. So, for example, it doesn't include, you'll notice on the menu, if I just jump back in there, it doesn't have stock take, for example. It doesn't actually include the inspections and loan cars, although they are actually on the menu. If you go in there, you've got to upgrade to gold for those and the loan cars. It does have the dashboard, but it doesn't have, for example, if I jump back into the gold one again, you've got the booking diary. There is no booking diary in the Bronze version of Workshop software. So in order to start a job, you would either go into the plus sign here and go customer invoice and just start a customer invoice. Basically, all the functionality of the workflow of a customer invoice, a job card, adding products onto and managing of that is all pretty much standard in there. There are a few additional functionality and features in the gold version in comparison to Bronze in relation to the invoicing, but not a massive number of things. You'll also notice if I jump into, for example, a customer, and I just open a random customer, and I'm also going to go and do that in the Bronze version here too. So if I just jump into customers and I've got the gold version of the customer open here, what you'll see is if you jump here back to Bronze, you'll notice that there are fewer fields in there. So some of the things have become a little bit more simplified. So for example, if we come here, we don't have the biller option, for example. There's some functionality around things like, I think, the customer limited and a few bits and pieces like that. I think there's still payment terms and method of contact and stuff like that, but there's not price types and stuff like that in there. So there are simplified things inside of the Bronze version which differ from the silver and gold versions as well. Similarly with the products, so if I pull up any particular product here, and I'm just going to jump back into the gold version and do the same thing. Hope you're following along here. So I'm just going to pull up, this happens to be a tire, and I'm going to, you'll notice here that this has got more fields in it. If I go back here, there's fewer fields. It's a bit simpler. There aren't as many pricing options, for example. You don't have things in here like quantity reserved, serial number management, things like that. This one happens to be a tire, but you don't have serial numbers and those sorts of things. You can't do bundles or kits. So back into here, you've got the option in here to make it a bundled product as well. So there's a few things that are a little bit different. Now, what you can do in the Bronze version of Workshop software is you can actually start at the Bronze level and upgrade to Silver or Gold or the Platinum version for that matter. So you can upgrade, and whenever you feel like it, that sort of thing, that is completely up to you, and you can do that. Now, the big difference with the Bronze version is that there is limited email support and there is no onboarding. You don't have any one-to-one face-to-face, so to speak. We do it over the phone, but one-on-one with your coach, which you do get if you've got the silver or the gold version of Workshop software. We do provide you with some videos and information on how to get up and running in the Bronze version, and that onboarding is all online, so it's a help yourself service. And that is, to be fair for us, that is actually a big cost to us. We actually invest pretty heavily into onboarding. It's a lot of time and effort for us, and support for that matter. And that's one of the ways that we've been able to keep the price as little as a few dollars a month. For the Bronze version is one of the main reasons why we can keep it at that particular price, is because of the onboarding. So otherwise, you do have complete management. So if you go in here and you've got a car that you've got management of. You've got, details of your customer. You can have multiple vehicles against your customer. You can see things like the vehicle history, the customer invoice. You can still email that. You can print it off, all of that, a job card invoice, all of those sorts of things. It does miss a few things, for example, the analysis and so on. And then it still has things like seeing the product details and all those sorts of things in here. So there are still a lot of functionality in the bronze version. Most, if not all, of the integrations are included as well. So you've got things like, if you're in Australia, you've got integration with Repco and Bursons and so on. All the accounting integrations are included as well on the bronze level also. And you'll find that the settings themselves are actually a little simpler also. So in the company settings, we've cut this down a bit to remove some of the settings that aren't applicable, to be fair, and we've removed a number of the settings in there, but it really is the crux of managing your workshop, managing a small workshop. As I say, maybe a few number of transactions that you might do, but the job center's still there. You've still got the transaction types and the job statuses and all those sorts of things are still there. Like I say, all of those integrations and that sort of stuff are still managed within the bronze version also. So reports, there's still a number of reports in here as well. So things like your sales reports and all of those sorts of things, your stock reports, your various workshop reports. Still got access to the phone app for in the bronze version as well, so you can clock on and clock off mechanics. You can take photos and attach them to the jobs. All of that functionality is there also. So look, it's a great system. The bronze system is a great system. You're just missing out on maybe a few tweaks and a few of those bells and whistles. And of course, it only starts at $19 a month, so it's super value for money. Check it out. Take out a free trial. As I say, you can upgrade whenever you like if that's what you want to do. You can stay on bronze for forever if you like. Just complete clarity. You cannot downgrade from silver or gold down to bronze. As I mentioned earlier on, one of the big investments that we make is into support and onboarding. And if you've had support and onboarding in the beginning, that's a big cost to us. So in fairness, to be able to downgrade would be unfair on us. So that's the reason why if you've gotten that onboarding and support with the silver and gold and platinum versions, you can't downgrade to gold. To bronze. You can downgrade from gold to silver, but you can't downgrade from silver down to bronze. Upgrade process we can do. So that gives you a little bit of an insight into Workshop Software Bronze. Take out a free trial, give it a go. I'm sure you'll love it, and it's great value for money. In fact, exceptional value for money. I would challenge you to find a better value for money system anywhere in the world.